Studio features. Thank you, Brooke.
That's record. We like to record these. Sorry about that.
Utilize Canva's AI and Magic Studio features to save time, build engaging campaigns in Constant Contact, and apply best practices that improve email open and click-through rates. So we just have a really quick poll for you. How comfortable are you using Canva? So if we could just take a couple moments to click or use that QR code, and I will pop in the
answers to see where you're at. Media. Oh, who's the Canva expert here? Because you guys might put us to shame.
I know. We'll have to learn some things from you.
Who's the expert? Come on. We want to hear from you.
You got to come off mute now.
Oh, Sarah. Okay. Well, you can, chime in if you feel free to. Okay.
A couple never used it. Some beginners.
Okay. Perfect. So we're not speaking to all experts, so I guess that's great, right?
So why use Canva to create anything? Canva is professional, consistent. You can use these tools for content marketing. You can use the accessibility tools, and they're quick and easy to create. Today's organizations need communication that are all of these things so that who you are presenting to, whoever your audience is, they can, look at these things and be like, know exactly what you're talking about.
And they're easy, free marketing tools, right? So like in a lot of organizations sometimes would delegate out to have these people create. There's a lot of tools that are already on Canva that's accessible that you can make your own, right? You can change the color, you can add in your logo, and pretty much create a quick to use flyer. You can use these for tabling events, promotional, if you have open house or anything like that. They're always great to kind of create some new things.
So a quick Canva overview. Canva's perfect for creating flyers, social media graphics, so Instagram posts, Twitter or X, whatever you may call it, post, Facebook posts. There's newsletter templates, certificates, presentations, infographics, event materials, pretty much everything that you would want to create in a marketing outreach, you can create it in Canva. And we'll go into Canva and we'll show you an example of some of these things.
And this presentation was created in Canva. It's really easy to create in Canva, similarly to PowerPoint. And if you like, once you create it, you can create it in Canva and then transition it into a PowerPoint presentation, which is great. So you can, because a lot of the times Canva, you either have to download it or you have to have Wi-Fi to share it. So if for some reason you're going somewhere that you might not have that type of accessibility, you can download it into a PowerPoint and save it that way. Yes, Lindsay.
Sorry, I had to find my mute button. Whenever I do that, everything doesn't translate over correctly.
Like the layout?
Yeah, sometimes the layout's different. Sometimes the word's different. Sometimes like the bullet points will be different. It's just like these little things here and there. And I don't know if there's a way to get it to like not do
We've
that.
noticed the same thing. So that's why we try not to download it into PowerPoint. Ultimately, if we can have Wi-Fi, we keep it on that way, and then we just open up Canva and share it that way. Okay. Or you can download it, but we've noticed the same thing. So I don't really have a tip or trick on that, because we do notice that things get ajarred and miscued, when you transition. I don't know if it's just because the difference of the two, platforms.
Yeah, Google does the same thing. If you do Google Slides,
yep.
It does the same thing. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
I feel like just the two different platforms when you transition, but the majority of the information is there. I feel like, yeah, a little bit of editing. But anybody else have any other tips or tricks when it came to that? Where's the expert here, Sarah? Any thoughts?
That's okay.
Okay.
So some Canva time saving tips. One of my biggest tip is to use a template. I'll show you when we go into Canva. You can just type in whatever you're looking for, like a promotional flyer, and it'll list off a bunch of different versions. There could be open house flyer to yoga flyer. There could be a farmer's market, whatever you really need is in Canva. For all of the CCRCs, you can also upload your own brand kit using your logo, and it'll pull out the colors of your logo and create a kit for you. You can adjust the kit for your, what's it called? The word type that you use, like Cambria or
Oh, the
Calib
font.
or
The font. Yeah.
fonts. Thank
Yeah.
you. You can set your fonts for your brand. So Times Roman, anything that you guys have in your marketing materials, you can set that in Canva. So every time you pull out a flyer or a template, you can switch it, use your brand kit, and click that, and it'll change all of your fonts. Resize your designs. You can have a favorites folder. So we have the management training series, and you can create your own folder. And all of the materials that we use, we created a management training favorites folder. So we can click into that, and then it has all of our materials right there. Because when you use Canva, it'll just list it out from the last project that you used and not in chronological order or anything like that. So I highly recommend using a favorites folder or folders for projects, and then copy and editing existing designs. So for certificates for management training, I made one certificate and then I copied it and changed it for each of the five so that I didn't have to, readjust each certificate every time. It wasn't starting from scratch. So, Brooke, do you have
Yeah, you
anything
can
on
make
that?
like copies of it. Like you can make one and then just continuously making copies of it and input a name or change the date. You want to keep one copy of for one title of a training, copy it and then put another title. I mean, it's super easy to do it that way. You don't have to recreate. With the resize, what's really quickly you didn't touch on, like you can create a flyer, but say you want to create an invitation of a 5x7 with that. There's an option that you can just go in and type in 5x7 and it'll realign everything. You will have to edit it a lot of the times. If you're making something larger, it gives you a lot of space. You might have to pull things out, but you're able to create different sizes for different things. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So Canva's Magic Studio, it's Canva's AI newest feature. It came out maybe like 3 years ago. There are cool little things in there that we'll go through. I'll walk you through each one, but Magic Design generates fully customized multi-page presentations, videos, or social media graphics just by typing in a prompt. So you can go in there and say, I want a picture of a soda can on a beach with people in the background, and it'll create that for you. Magic Media generates images or short videos from text prompts like runway, uh, edit and eraser. So you can brush over an area of a picture. Say you pull a picture from Canva and it has people in the background, but you don't want the people in the background. You only want the people in the forefront. You can take the brush and edit them out of the picture. Magic Expand stretches the images beyond its original borders. So, say you have a presentation and a picture just isn't aligning correctly, even if you resize it, you can take it, you can expand it with Magic Expand, and it'll make resize the image in a correct way. Magic Switch instantly resizes a design for various platforms. So, changing an Instagram post into a flyer because there are different origins and sizing issues, it'll do it for you so that you don't have to worry about all of the clicking and editing and all of that.
And it
But please,
automatically translates into different languages.
and please remember when using AI to review and edit its output before publishing, AI is not foolproof, so make sure that you are going in and making sure it's exactly what you're looking for. So some hidden features in Canva that some people don't know about. My favorite one personally is the QR code generator. You can go in, I'll show you where it is, but you can add it as a tool. You can add it as a tool, and then you can scroll to the bottom and always just put in your link and it'll pop up a QR code easily. It was one of the best features I've ever found in Canva, so I highly, highly recommend. There's charts, there's mock-ups, animation, and whiteboards, and we'll show you them all in Canva as well. Do you have anything to add, Brooke?
No, I feel like once we get in there, we can kind of go through them and show them more about that as well.
Do you want to start with the flyer or the AI?
What's the next one? Let's just talk about accessibility and then we'll go in and show them everything, right? I think it was like that.
So some accessibility tips. Always use high contrast, large fonts, alt text. So alt text is when you have a picture, you would put in alt text on the bottom and it would say a woman is sitting down using a laptop. So people with low visibility and sight issues, they would be able to read it out and see what picture was on your presentation. Use simple layouts and limit fonts. So you wouldn't want a bunch of fonts and swirlies everywhere. You kind of want it simple and easy to read.
And what's great about Canva is where Kayla's going to show you, there's actually a little thing that you can click on and it'll show you how to make your image or whatever you're creating accessible, which is great. So utilizing all of these tips, there's something that you can just click on right within Canva and that'll tell you what you need to change to make it accessible. All right, let's go right into Canva. We can do either one. We can go to the elements. We can go to all the other ones first, and then we can do the magic AI last.
Okay. So this is a sample flyer that we found in Canva. Sorry, I can't see my screen. There it is. Okay. To find this, you go to your home page and it'll pull up some templates. And then in here, you can write promotional flyer. And then
so what's been in here is people do share their images that they've created, that they've made public. So a lot of the times you'll see these public images that are being shared that'll be linked to these words. And then, you can opt to keep your image private, or there's an option to share as well. But then you're searching this large library of things that come up in flyers. And then, so you can get a layout of what you like, and then you can embed anything that you want from there.
So you can choose from any of these templates. We chose the back to school one. You go through and you do customize template. And it'll bring up the flyer that you can customize. So you can click on it. It already has the font right there, and you can change whatever words. You can add, take away any of these elements here. An element is just any of like the little pictures or the scribblies or the lines in there. So this is where you would find different pictures or videos. So, and say you don't want a globe and you want a pencil, you type in here pencil and it'll add it right into there. And we can delete this. Oops. And then it's right in your template. And then graphics, it'll pull it up, or you can go to a photo and it'll be more realistic versus having a graphic of it. But like we were saying before, you can build your own brand template. So right below elements, you go to brand template and it'll pull up exactly what you upload for your logo. So obviously Early Care and Learning Councils is orange and blue. So it pulled those colors out. So say we wanted to change this for ECLC use, I would just click this button and it'll change the colors right for me. Say I don't really like these colors together, I can shuffle it again. And I can keep shuffling and changing the colors till I get something that I'm pleased with. We also have a website. I'm sure most of the CCRCs do too. We can go to that as well. So you can click that button and it'll change it for you. So you don't have to go through and edit each color. For the fonts, we have our font set up as Cambria. So it'll add it for us. We can go in and type whatever in there. Um, and then you can also add brand voice. So if you have somebody that you have voiceovers and you use that for, you can upload their voice. It'll overlay it in any video that you use. If you have photos that you typically use for your brand, you can add any of those here. We don't use them, so they're not in our template. And then our communications have certain templates that we can use to create things. So for our presentation today, we can click this and it would upload all of our presentations, and then we would have to edit for each training that we would do. Brooke, do you have anything you want to show?
Sorry, I had some noise in the background.
That's okay.
No, I feel like you did great. I feel like you can even change, you can change the words that have already been written there if you don't want to, if you like the layout, but you want to write something completely different. You can also upload pictures, maybe show them how you can upload like a picture onto that if they wanted that.
So right in here, you'll go to uploads and you could upload a file right there.
Our mini trainings. When you
Kayla,
create something, yeah.
are you going to show some of the AI stuff you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yep, that's
board.
next, Abby. And then if you keep scrolling down, I'm not sure if you can see. Okay. The QR code is right here. So you would click it. Oh, mine came up with Zoom. Please give me 1 second. So you could enter a link. So I'll enter this. And it'll come up with a QR code that you can use and put into your presentation.
And then where does it link that to, Kayla? Like, did you upload like a flyer?
You could link any URL. You would put it right in here, and then it would update your code. And then you can change the background. JCell, I don't believe the QR code is paid subscription, but I do know that the AI features, you have to have the paid subscription.
Yeah. And we pay for like, we have pay for like a, for our agency, and then we have a few, I think that you can have up to 10 emails, but ultimately if you have one email for your agency, everybody can just use that as a sign in, and be able to access Canva if you're looking to get it for your agency, because we do pay for that. And if you are a nonprofit, you do get a discount. Thank you. You get you get the premium for free. Yes.
Oh, that's good to know.
So there's like something you have to fill out and send in, but I know that our communications department did that, and then you can get the premium there. So you just have, with the premium subscription, obviously you'd have access to the AI stuff, Magic Studio, and as well as an unlimited amount of photos and stuff like that. When you open up the photos, why don't you show them the photos where you should see the crowns and stuff. If you didn't have the free version, there's certain ones that are like called, the premium pictures. They're noted by a little crown on the bottom. So if you didn't have the premium version, you'd have, you could put it on your image, right? But when you go to like share it, it wouldn't allow you to download until you paid for that image. So you could still kind of see how it looks with an image like that. But then at the end, if you didn't have premium, you'd have to pay for it.
So like these photos have crowns on the bottom right-hand side. The premium image is included in ours, but it would be, I think, highlighted like yellow or green or
Yeah,
purple,
or yellow.
So it would be pretty noticeable that it would be a premium image. This one doesn't, so this is a free image. I would be able to download it and not have to pay for anything. So we are going to go over some of the AI features that Canva has. One of my favorite personal uses is the background remover.
Yeah.
So when you click a picture, this toolbox will come up and then you'll see background remover. So you just click a button and AI will just take away the background. So for this, I don't know what's doing. I would put this in like a presentation so that, I could still have things behind it and not see the grass.
And you could even do this for your own images that you take, like, your agencies or whatever that you don't want, like, there's not back, you want to use the people, or you want to get rid of, show them how we did the other one, the layers. That was really cool too.
Yep. So to find the rest of the AI tools that we were talking about, it would be right under your brand template. It goes Canva AI. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Where is it? Where did it go?
Remember, you click on the image and then click on edit.
Oh, there it is. Right.
No, on the top, edit. Yeah. There you go.
And then you'll pop up with all of your tools.
So if it's not the entire thing that you're creating, it's the specific image that you're editing that the AI Studio comes into play. So you click on highlight the image, and on the top bar, so it's going to highlight the main colors that are being utilized in that photo, which is pretty cool because you can match certain texts and stuff if you want to that picture. There's a background remover really quick right there, and then the edit that Kayla clicked on the top left right there. This is where the tools section where all the AI is going to come up that you can utilize.
So a cool feature that we found out while making this presentation is magic layers. It does take a few moments, but it'll scan the image, and because there's so many people, it'll break it up so that I can adjust where each person is. It does take a minute.
Separate parts. It's really cool. So say like, background remover is great. You can get the background, but that person doesn't work here anymore, and we want everybody else in the picture, but that person, you could literally get rid of the one person. It's really neat.
It does take a while.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did it not do it?
It wouldn't do it. That's okay. Let's try one more time. It just worked when we tested it. It
did just do it for us. Well, anyways, we can show the other ones too as well.
That's okay. So we showed you background remover. You click that again, it'll get rid of it. I don't know how to make it stop doing the layers.
Oh, it might be working. Let's see.
There it goes.
There it is. There it is. It worked now.
So I could take off this person on the end and say I don't want her in the picture anymore. She's gone.
Yep.
And then he's gone. Instead of having to resize the photo, because then you could still see like the legs or whatever, it looks like a normal photo, and it looks like it ends here now instead of those two people at the end. It was one of the coolest features I found while making this presentation.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Another one is a background generator. So say I don't want the bridge in the background, I want a playground. It'll change the background for you. AI does take a few moments, so you
Yeah.
can't be in a rush when you're making these.
But it's pretty cool how they can just adjust to any photo that,
So it
there
looks
you go.
like they're on a playground now instead of being at the park where they were.
And they give you options that you can choose from too.
Last but not least, Magic Eraser.
Yep.
It changed my image, but say
Okay.
I don't want this tree anymore. I just highlight it. I'm clicking down on my mouse and then I hit erase. It got rid of the tree. Maybe the stump is still in there. I hit erase. Now it's fully gone. So say you pick an image from the elements and there's just something that you wouldn't want to promote for your CCRC, you can just erase it in the background and then use the image as you would like. Is there anything in Canva that somebody or anybody that wanted to see more information on or anything like that or had a question on? No? Okay.
Anything that was in Canva that somebody was really hoping to learn more about that we didn't touch on?
Is there? It was the best thing I've found. I promise. Me too. I will be using that a lot.
Oh, we changed your life with the layers. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. We were like, this is awesome. That's
Oh,
what
the
they're going to
last
start.
thing.
My
Sorry, go
sales
ahead,
team's going
Brooke.
to start erasing me out of all the pictures. So you'll be layering it up. Just kidding.
We will not be doing that, I promise.
I know you
Okay,
can crop and duplicate. That's what we used to do too. But now with this AI.
and then last but not least, for accessibility,
Yes.
um,
Look what she said. Programs can start using it for children that don't have a photo permission.
oh, smart.
Yeah.
Last but not least, for accessibility, if you want to check to make sure that your flyer kind of meets many accessibility standards, instead of guessing and having people look around, you would go to File, and then accessibility is right here. So then you click Check Design, and it'll scan your design and tell you where your issues are if you have any. So I have a lot of issues with this flyer. That's why we chose it. But there's a lot of low contrast text, so people with low vision visibility wouldn't be able to read this as well. So I would want to go in and change this color to something darker. Now that went away, and I would just go through each one and change the color so that it met the accessibility standards. So there's no more issues for color contrast. I'll move on. This font's really small. Let me increase it one more. Now, and it tells you exactly what to do so that you don't have to guess on what it is. And then alt text, none of these pictures have an alt text. Again, alt text is where you explain what the image is. So I would have to go in and write backpack.
So they're asking if we can blend in 2 or 3 of our own pictures together. Let's say like one of the people in one background. Can we share where we can do that, like on that other picture, and then we upload another photo
Yeah.
of a person, and let's show them how to do that? I feel like yes, we can.
So we have this one has layers. We have
Bring the layer
two,
in though. That's what we can do, right?
yeah. So we have two images here. Again, I'll click edit, magic layers. It only adjusts this picture now that I have that one highlighted and clicked on.
But you can bring in multiple photos and try to join it like that. So let's see what happens after this layer thing happens. I mean, we are getting like a little technical here because like we're showing you like in depth how to do it, but like there are really quick ways that you can just create something and go like if you know, but if you have the time to really mess around and do this, you can create really some really cool things in here.
So we'll choose her.
Or,
She'll be laughing in the corner at her friends. Oh,
oh,
there it
oh,
goes.
wow.
Why isn't it
Oh, it's
going?
pulling the picture. That's weird. Do you have to
It won't.
ungroup maybe? If there's like there's an ungroup sometimes.
No, they're grouped. Why won't she
They're
go?
ungrouped. They're
Okay,
ungrouped. Maybe
we'll
right click
delete.
and cut. See if that works.
So this guy's going to be by himself. We're going to erase the background. And then I can add him in. And I can
Yeah,
just
you have to
adjust
click
it.
out of it now. She's saying you have to click out.
I can adjust it, and now he's in the picture. Obviously, it doesn't look very good because I didn't choose two pictures that go together, but you would want to do that if you wanted it to look good. But that's how you would combine two different pictures.
Yeah. Anything else?
So some Canva do's and don'ts. Keep your branding consistent. Use the same colors from your logo. Have a lot of white space, which helps with simplicity. Stick to 2 to 3 fonts and use quality photos. Make sure the photos that you're choosing, typically Canva will suggest photos that are high quality, but sometimes you'll get the few and far between if you resize them. They kind of come up a little pixelated. So make sure you scroll in, make sure that it's a nice quality photo. Don't overcrowd your pages. Don't use too many colors. Stretching your image can cause the pixelation, and don't use tiny fonts, again, for accessibility issues. So we're going to have you guys type in the chat what is one feature you want to learn more about. Anything? The last thing, the AI.
Oh, how to combine the pictures maybe? Yep, setting up brand templates. Good. Yes, the picture.
Creating and saving templates.
If you just
Oh,
upload your logo, I think that it'll automatically pull the colors from your unless your website colors are different, then maybe you could upload an image of a screenshot of your website and then it will pull the colors from that.
Brooke, you want to take it over?
To show any translation.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that while you're presenting.
Okay. So obviously great graphics deserve great communication. So we're going to kind of transition into constant contact for a little bit. I'm not sure how many folks on utilize constant contact for your communications with like the folks that you serve, like as your communication platform for your agencies. Does anybody utilize constant contact? Okay, no, but are you interested? Some do. Okay. Well, the reason why we're focusing on constant contact is because that's the system we use. We kind of strayed away from it for a while, and then we actually went back to it because ultimately we for what we utilize it for, it works great for us. So constant contact is almost like a hub where you can input all and have everybody's email addresses. You can communicate. You can make different groups. Go to the, what's the next slide? Sorry, Kayla. Yep. And with this, you can use Constant Contact for obviously newsletters that you send out, event invitations, event registrations. We do registration through there. Reminders, monthly updates. You can create surveys, and you could set up automatic emails, which is great. For our trainings, we can set up an automatic reminder to go off 1 week prior to our training. So you just put all the information in, and it automatically sends you on a given date, which is really great. So if you're like, oh no, it's 3 days and I forgot to send the reminder, it's you set it up right in the beginning when you're creating everything, and it sends it out all for you, which is really great. We primarily use it for our events and for our email. This has been very challenging because I'm working with my son home from school, and he's right here, and we have a puppy, and so that's what's going on in the background. So I apologize if you can hear any of that noise in the background. Some of our email best practices that we're going to say, because people scan emails, right? They're not fully reading an email. We always try to say, keep your content short, have a visual that's going to be eye-grabbing when you're creating these emails, and have an action-oriented, like what are they gaining out of this email? Kind of focus on that in the subject line of your email. So we're just kind of giving you some highlights, and then we're going to go into Constant Contact after. A subject line matters, right? As examples, registration opens today. Don't miss this training. Last chance to register, right? These are some catchy subject lines that you really want to think about putting in too, because they're going to determine whether they're opening their email at all by the subject line. And sometimes certain emails, you can see like the first sentence or so. So remember what you're saying within the first 1 or 2 sentences. Pretty much, what do they say? People are reading the first 4 sentences of the email and kind of just scanning through the rest. So we really want to make sure that you're really catching them to read it with what the subject line is. So how you can build better emails, making sure you include your logo, the headline, an image, give a click button, like click here for more information, or you can do the QRs. I'm doing a lot of QRs on ours lately, making sure you're including contact information, obviously your signatures. Pretty much everybody at the agencies are really good with that. And keeping the amount that you're writing down to a short paragraph. Some scheduling tips, making sure you schedule ahead. The best times to send anything is Tuesday through Thursday in the mornings, and avoid sending anything on weekends. Now, I know that your clientele sometimes is a little bit different, but if they're typically not working on weekends, they're shutting their computer down and not opening it up again until Monday, right? But a lot of the times on Monday, you're playing catch up, and I feel like I spend a lot of my time reading emails right Monday morning, but not to scheduling ahead. Best times is going to be midweek. And then within Constant Contact, they give you a lot of reports. And one thing that you would want, a couple of things that you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on is your open rate. So you can send it to, say, I send it to 155 people that's in my trainers group. I can see exactly how many people open it. I can see how many people actually click into it. I can see what people didn't receive it. And I can see people that said, I don't want to receive any of your emails anymore. So you can see all that and track that. What's great is with the open rate, you can determine who's really actually going to, who's seeing it. Sometimes, people will say, well, I never got your email. And you can go in there and create a report and say, yes, you did get the email and you did click into it on Monday at 9 a.m. So you know what I mean? If they're saying they didn't receive something for you, but it's great for the reports. And then the bounce rates, you can see like an email's wrong. Maybe you have emails wrong in there. Or if they're not utilizing it anymore, you would want to get rid of it, because I feel like you have to pay in Constant Contact, you have to pay up for a certain amount of users. So, and how many people are accessing, or you're able to subscribe with that email address. So just kind of something like how we can bring it back to the workflow that we create in Canva. We can create something in Canva, we download it, we upload it right into Constant Contact, and we can send, and then we can send it that way. So we can create a flyer to be able to be sent in Constant Contact. All right, let me share my screen and I'll go into Constant Contact and show you a few things like that. Can you see this?
No.
No. Wonderful. Okay, here we go. See it now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what Constant Contact looks like when you sign in. I'm signed in under
You
the
can
early.
see me. It's in the
Oh,
middle. There you go.
okay. I won't. Yeah, that's because I'm on one screen and it's
Yep.
sharing my entire. So this is what it looks like when you sign in. There's a dashboard that'll tell you all the different things that we've created that has gone out. Here's your contact list. When you go into your contacts, this is where you're going to upload all of your email addresses. What you can do as well is you can create lists, as we've done here, and we have all these lists that we have the newsletters and staff, and we have deserts and event registrants. We have all different things, and when you're sending an email, you can specifically click on what list you want to send it to. So like, for example, when we're doing our management trainings and we only want the email to go out to folks that are in region 1, we have it all designated to region 1. So you would just click on that, and then that's who that audience would go out to. So you can, when you're uploading the contacts, you can select what list you want to add them to. You can, when you're adding contacts, you can add a single contact, multiple, you can upload from a file, and you can sync with an integration that you've already been utilizing for your email listserv. If there's questions, Kayla, just let me know, because I cannot see anybody but my screen.
That's okay.
Yep. And then you can search, like, so if you say you want to search for somebody's email, I can click mine. You can say like this, see who comes up. And then, you can see that they're subscribed. You can go in and you can edit their email. You just click on here. It'll bring you in to the person. Every person will have its own little profile like this. You can see how many, their open rate, how many have bounced back. So usually a lot of the times, I'll go click into an email and see if the emails have bounced, meaning, that email address isn't active anymore. You can put in general information about this person. Look at my name, Brooke Ricky. That's funny. And then here's the list so it'll show up under everybody, what the list that they're a member of, and then you can add them to another list. So you can just search lists, and then the list will come up, and you can just select where you want to add them to. There's different channels under here. So that's about contacts. The channels under here. So that's not coming up. So under channels, it would be emails, your social, that you're trying to make any connection with any social media or social connections through creating it on here through specific posts. So like our social would be, they created like a 4th of July image to say happy 4th of July, and it would be loaded in here. And what you would be able to do is you can access this library forever, and you can reuse creations and upload, update the dates and whatnot if you wanted to recreate. When you go to events, this is where we utilize events a lot. I utilize the contacts and I utilize the events. And when you're creating events, you would just go in here, you create event. Here's our mini training event, right? So you can see what we created in here. So we uploaded the image from Canva. We created the image in Canva, and then we uploaded it into here. So that went on as the invite. And then what it does is as you upload it, you would go on and it creates a landing page, which would be your upload. Taking a while, sorry about that. So there's the upload. And then you just put in some information about our, it's virtual. Here's the date. And then you click register, and it helps you create a registration page. And it just kind of walks you through, and you fill out all the information on what you want on your registration page. But I feel like this, you can charge. There is an option that you can charge, and there's an option where they can put in their credit card information, or there's also an option that they can request to get invoiced. And then it'll show you how many are registered. Here's the emails and all the different things. And then it'll see how we created a reminder, and it automatically created the reminder. I think it went out this morning, right? Did a reminder go out this morning, I feel?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then all the reporting stuff that we had told you about earlier, you can utilize in this. And Constant Contact does have a lot of videos out there on how to utilize some of the other stuff that we're not really going to highlight on today, because there's a lot of moving parts into this that maybe we don't always access, but we typically focus mainly on the contacts, the channels, and events. And you could see how many emails you've ever sent, how many have been delivered, your open rate. See, our open rate's down, and it tells, you know what I mean? So it tells you who unsubscribed for the month. And you can get really good reports based on that. How many clicks? Like, you can see a majority of the clicks by device have been on desktops, and only 2% have been through mobile, which that's kind of, well, I guess if everybody's at their desk opening our emails, that makes sense. But typically a lot of the, in the trainings that we do, a lot of the open rate for providers is mobile. So you have to make sure that your stuff is accessible both ways. All right. Any other questions that you want me to go through on? Let me stop sharing so you don't look at yourself, Kayla. There we go. And I kind of skimmed through that really fast, but is there any other questions in regard to Constant Contact?
So I know there was a question about how to set up a brand template. So I am under ECLC, obviously. So some of my features are limited, but I will show you where you would go to do so. Yeah. Give me one moment.
I know Canva's so much more interesting than Constant Contact, but we just wanted to be able to highlight that you can upload these Canva images to a different platform, right? So and then you can integrate it into your emails. That's kind of why we wanted to highlight Constant Contact. But go ahead, Kayla.
So on the left-hand side, you'll see brand underneath templates. If you don't have the paid version, you sign up underneath, but it'll go gray. And here is where you could access and upload everything. I can't show you how to, it'll say like upload here. I can't upload anything because I'm not the owner of the account. But if you were the owner or the marketing person was the owner, they would be able to. This is where you would upload your logos. Again, I can't do anything because I don't have the access, but you guys would have the access to do these things. And then after you upload your logo,
Logo.
it'll pull the colors and you'll have them here. And then you can also adjust the colors and add, like, because we have ECLC, we have the website, you could do Instagram, whatever you would want, you could set a color palette. If you don't have the access, you'll see it like me to be like, show me who I can ask. That's it would send it to our account owner. I also saw a question about
The
translation.
Yeah.
So you would pick whatever
Image,
template
right?
you want. You have to go to the three dots and you have to go to, let's see.
Open the image, maybe, yeah.
Because I'm not in templates. Hold on. Sorry. You have to go to three dots underneath templates. That's because I already started that one. But you would go to translate this template. It would open it up for you. And then on the left-hand side, it'll pop up to what language you want it translated to. So let's do Spanish. It could do the tone of voice. We'll translate it. And then everything's translated for you.
That's awesome. Yeah, so all these flyers that you're creating that you would like in multiple languages, I mean, that's great.
And I know I went through that kind of quickly because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions or you want to meet one-on-one, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I know as much as I know, but we could figure it out together.
I just missed really quickly how did you get to the translate part?
Yep.
Like,
I can go right back. So you go to your homepage, you'll type in whatever design you're looking for. You have to go to these three dots, translate this template. It'll open it up for you. Wait for it to
Can you
pop
go to
up.
one that you've created? Can you go to one that you've already created and translate it? Can we see if that works? The mini training? See if that works.
Yep. So I'm not sure that it'll do that because you already started it in English. So I can't translate something that I've already done.
It won't retranslate a flyer you already created?
I don't believe so.
Well, we'll have to look into that.
So you go to the three dots, you wait for it to pop up, and then you can select the language that you're looking for. And
Would you just make a copy of it then, Kayla, if you'd already done it?
Because
Could you make a copy and then
because what if that's you want to create your own flyer, but that wouldn't have like your own information on it?
We're figuring this out together.
Yep.
You guys are sneak peeking this. Where is it? So it doesn't come up when you've already started something.
So you're saying just create the flyer, but then once you translate it, then you could just recreate that flyer with the translated language.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right, I know that we have 2 scans for them. What's next? Oh, we can go ahead. That was just from Constant Contact. That was just, there we go.
So we have 2 checklists if you want to scan the QR code really quickly. We kind of broke down everything that we were talking about, how to build a template, how to build a flyer, and how to build an email in Constant Contact or any email that you would want to send out.
Yep. And then we can also, was there a link for those too? We could pop in the link to that as well if you don't scan that, and then we will be sending them out, the checklist out to everybody afterwards as well.
I know it's 1 o'clock, but our next mini training will be Friday, September 25th. Meredith Infantato from OCFS will be presenting on CCAP, which I know is a hot topic right now. So we're really excited for that one. Registration will go out a few weeks prior. So if you don't remember it, that's fine. We'll be sending out the registration, but it will happen from 12 to 1 on September 25th. And then I will go back to the QR codes in case you didn't get them. We want to thank you again for joining us today. I want to thank Brooke for our very last training together. It's been incredible to learn from you. So I'm very sad to see you go, but excited for your new adventure. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a good day.
Thank you so much, everybody.